All right, so we're back. Day 67 of 100. Part 2 of a little drum machine project. And yeah, there are quite a few things I'd like to change. Gonna change the logic today. I'm not really gonna work on the design. Probably leave that for part 3. But the functionality works. It's just there's a lot of repetition that I'd like to avoid, if possible. Got a hi-hat. Let's see if we can't get the... That's the closed hi-hat. Let's see if we can get the open hi-hat. Because I don't think I have it as part of mine. Same. BOD H1. That is the closed hi-hat. What? Why does it sound different? That's open, that's closed. Oh, that is the closed. That makes sense now. We're using the wrong kit, that's why. Closed. That's the open. I think A and S should be the one's open. Be open and closed the other way. One's a closed hi-hat. You can have like a kicker or something for that one. That's piano. I don't even know if I have the right terminology, to be honest. Because hi-hats, they're cymbals as well. These are the same. Q and A are the same. Open and closed, yeah, that makes sense. Need to have something else there for these three. Snare. That sound like again? Forgot. That's a stick. That's a snare. Maybe I have E as the snare? So E is the snare. Does it take so long to play though? That's the other question. Almost like there's a delay. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Like really slow. Can't spam it. Something we're missing, but let's get the sounds in. There. and we need the side stick. We can have this W. It's gonna be the side stick. Change that source. Snare, side stick. What else can go with that? Punchy kick as well. Would we have the kick? Have the kicks at the bottom maybe. Cymbals. Hi-hats open. These still hi-hats, or those cymbals, right? We're just gonna have to pretend and guess, because if we're the client, they'll be able to tell us, wouldn't they? That sounds like a... That sounds like a ride cymbal. Wrong. I think that's the ride cymbal. If I'm wrong, someone can tell me, but go with that. So should we have maybe this ride cymbal on A and then S and D for the open and close, I think. Switch them around. So D needs to be A. Needs to be A. And then S becomes like that, and then A is the ride cymbal. This is the open hi-hat, and this is the closed hi-hat. So then we got ride cymbal, open hi-hat, closed hi-hat. Got a side stick, snare, isn't it like a side snare though? rename it to side snare instead of side stick. We have in Q now. What are we missing? Sounds like... So these are the kicks that I want at the bottom. Kick and a hat. Those two are going to be good for the bottom, but then... I don't have enough sound. We make these two the snares with the that's a light. What is that sound? Supposed to be like a lighter? I heard that sound before. Not generally part of a drum kit, is it? Ooh. That sounded bad. Half terrified me. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to work this in somehow. That's a shaker, isn't it? So we're gonna make... Let us stick this over here. Okay, this is going to become a side snare, snare, a shaker. Let's snore. Oh no, missing the E. Okay, so we got a side snare, snare, and nothing for the shaker. What? Got a Q in there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now to just get the the kicks in and whatnot. Is that going to be the kick then? Kick. There was another one. Kick and hat. An X. Then what is the last one that we don't have? We have all of these. That. But then we got that. Oh, a punchy kick. And C, I wonder. I'm so glad I did it this way. Like having the array, it makes so much. Punchy. In the right order. It flows better if it's like like that. That flows. We need to figure out why we can only play like one every. Almost like it's waiting for the sound to complete before it goes on to the next sound. Anyway, we need to figure out a better way to do this. The handle key? Wait. Have to wait every time for the sound to finish. What do we do first? This needs to change. I want to be able to render drum pads themselves. Do the drum pads need to be inside of the display? What was the requirements? Within drum machine. Oh, within drum machine. Okay. This changes things a bit. Within drum machine. Where's the closing div for this? Instead of container, it should be a set, because they're a set of 3. We need to rename drum pad container to drum pad set. Used anywhere else. We don't. Yeah, so that's going to be drum pad set. That's the first change we're going to make. And then we're going to wrap them drum pad container. Gonna wrap them in a div. That. Cool. That's the first change we're making. Change this to drum pad set. Cool. Now that we have that, this needs to all go. And we need to somehow use map. Get something for React map component. No, but not map as in the map. Let's look at the JavaScript map method. We're gonna have to do a combination of this somehow. Get it to work the way we want it to work. First, what we need to do out. The only thing we're gonna have is the drum pad container. This is all we're gonna have. Figure out how we do this. Okay. I need a new component. Class. gonna need a new class. Just say drum set. Let's see if I can get this right. I need constructors as well. I don't think we're gonna have state, are we? See. And then we need a return method. See if this works. Then I should be able to do something like be able to do something went wrong. What am I missing? Got the constructor. Return should be handled by itself. Oh, do you need render return? Maybe because I'm not returning from a function. So it's render. Render? Missing everything. We need to practice render. Okay. Done. Corrected now. I think so. To test it now. Will that work? Find out. Hey, we got test. Okay, it worked. So now we will render it individually. Now that we can render it individually, we need to work with the logic. So the logic is going to be we want a map and we need a function that we pass on to it. That's how that works. First parameter is the function. Second, and the array. How do we call map on? We call it on the array, wouldn't we? The array.map for the function. Right. Never done it inside of React before. So see how it goes. We need to call the array, right? The sounds.map should be this dot sounds. This what? Unexpected token? Really? Wait, do we need this? I don't think we need this. Why can't we do sounds though? Unexpected token. What? The array.map then it expects a function. That's gonna be... What is the first thing? Let's just call it element until I figure out what it is. This is the index. This is the third option of the parameter of the map, the array. We have this an arrow function. Wondering why it's complaining about that. If that works. I'm super curious now. And I'm one step closer. Too much recursion. Is that me? The error that I made? Probably. But why is that an error? I still don't get it. Hmm. First one is the current value. I wonder why can't we just use for each instead of map? It's gonna be too much recursion again. Too much recursion. I don't understand how. Sounds for each. Drum set gets called. I think it's because of drum set will be called every single time things change. Try something else. Maybe not render it yet. Let's first call it drum set. I'm gonna test something. See what's going on. Sounds for each function. And we will invoke the function immediately. There we go. Now we're getting what I thought we would get. Drum set is not defined. Oh, because yeah. I think we're getting somewhere. Because now I'm getting the objects. Yay! Okay, cool, we're definitely getting somewhere. So, for each one, now that we have each one, we have the cues, we have the IDs, we have all of that jazz. What is element A1? One out. Undefined. Oh, because it's an object. It's only one array. Something? Oh, there we go. Okay. The L is the object? do L index? Not a property though. So what do we need? So if I had something like L.id, for example, you get just the IDs, right, on the object. Yeah, there we go. And an example of the output that we need is something like this. Button. How to get a button? Actually, put it in there. We need ID. It's going to be L. If I use the string literal, for example, looks something like this. Last name equal to drumpad, on click. There we go. Button ID, side snare, snare, shaker, right cymbal, open hi-hat, closed hi-hat. Supposed to be like that? Open hi-hat, closed hi-hat. Yeah. This is awesome. We're getting somewhere. Perfect. So there's the dynamic button. Instead of having it defined every single time, we just define it once. The span, we need the span as well. Do a console.log again. And then this needs to be we have a key. So it's L.key. Instead of element, it should be, what is element? We should call it drums, shouldn't we? Call drums. Drums for each. Let me change this. Drums for each. Drum. Drum ID, yeah, that makes much more sense than just calling it. Drum.key, what key you need to use to activate it. So that's a span, we got the span covered. Then we need the audio tag. This. ID for it. Going to be the audio ID, which is source. No, the ID for it. Not the same as the. Yeah, it was the key. Needs to be drum.key again. And the source. Think on there. dot source. Class name is clip. There we go. If I chuck this in here, we should get everything we need. There we go. So the button, side snare, span with the cue, the audio ID of cue with the source of it. Awesome. So this is working nicely. The reference error, we obviously know why that is happening. There's no class with that name. Okay, so the for each works. This needs to be turned into a return. How do we do this? We probably need to create a function called before. Should we call it like render drums or something? Have it render drums function, and that needs to go in there. And instead of it being a return, how do returns work inside of... Oh, this should work the same. No, JSX or whatever. Oh, no wonder that didn't work either. Not how that works. So render turn should be the button here. Why not do it like that? And inside of it, need the span, and below that the audio, right? Can we do something like that? And the drums should be able to render, return, No, there were 3 of them. Oh no. Gotta break it down to 3. It's like 1, 2, 3, break, 1, 2, 3. This is gonna render all 9 of them at once. You know what, let's just see if it works at all first before we worry about that. Bible. Return. Let's start render drums. Hopefully, that will give us something. No. Didn't get anything at all, but no errors either. Didn't uncomment this, did I? No, we're still trying to render drum set. I think it's because I need to return here as well. And I need to return out of this function, then return that. And then return this.render drums. Get some debugging going for us. Figure out if we even get into the function the first time. No, we don't. Okay. And if I did that, can I call it every time though? Okay, there you go. Invariant violation. What does that mean? What does invariant violation mean? We do something wrong? Uh-oh. And the way it is rendered. Let's see if I can even return anything without it throwing an error. I'm going to assume console. Make sure that I'm getting what I think I'm getting. Drum is not defined. Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Hold on. Okay. What happened to drums? Hold on, I confused myself. Wait, where'd the 4 each go? Oh, there it is. Can you do that in a console log? Confused myself now. Could be this. That belong to. There we go. That should be the full one. We get undefined. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so what if I do let output? Oops. Let output equal to that, right? And console log the output. There. Okay, so we get undefined. That's interesting. But yet it was working in our function over here. We console logged it. And we are returning. So we have a look at Virani's notes. What did we want? 4 each? 4. They're in the 4 of. Oh, this is ES 2015. Then ES 2016? No. 4 each is... That's gonna be in the basics, isn't it? Basic theory. Pretty basic. Didn't 4 each exist? Oh no, that was ES 2015, wasn't it? Why didn't we see it? Pretty sure it was 2015. Where's for each? For of. Row functions. Let's just Google it here. Which ES version was this added in? Yes. I always get confused with the return values. Should be a string that it returns though. But why is it not returning a super long string? Output is drums for each. But output is undefined. Right, what if I remove the return? Let's break it down. So undefined. Okay. Figure it out. I'm literally just gonna have it say test. Because I have no idea what's... Okay, yeah, I thought so. So undefined. This is because of... What did this in, so it shouldn't be that. That should be fine. In the render though. Once we call it. Console. No. .log. Test. It should work, and if it doesn't, there's something else I'm not understanding about React. interesting. Is used to calling a function. So for me to actually get that, I need to literally add. So confusing. I'm confusing myself. Okay, so we at least know that works. There's something else here that's going on. For drums, for each drum index. The variable should be able to hold information, shouldn't it? Try. It should be able to use string literal, shouldn't it? Remove the string literals. Which it should be. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we're getting somewhere at least. Can we have it as an object? Drums.id? Right. Drums. Okay, so it's an array. And if I went 0.id, okay, that can clearly access. And why can't we store this value? Is one not able to do that with string literals? My expectation would be there would just be a bunch of buttons in there. And putting a return there did nothing, from what I remember. Undefined. So annoying, because it works. And it's a normal function. We just try with one line, one of them, single one, like this. No, we get undefined still. Why? Why is it undefined? What if we literally just return drum ID? undefined store. Ah, React. I'm never gonna understand you, am I? Because I can get this done in vanilla JavaScript with ease, but with React, oh my god. Do people use normal functions alongside React? I could just call this function, which works, and let's see if there's something wrong with React handling it. So we never converted this. Converted this to console logs. But what if I do turn? Gonna keep testing until we get the desired output. And I think we need it. Okay, that should end. That was a button. Button shouldn't end here. Then be the span, and then it should be the audio. And it should be the button there. That's what it should. That's what it should return. Happens. Okay, but obviously we're not console logging anything now. So if we console.log function call, we again get undefined. Interesting! Gonna go crazy! Oh dear. What do we?
This world has room for everyone. Good Earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful.
If we can figure this out, then we'll be good. I think it's got something to do with the way we're returning this right now. I think that's the main Yeah, what did I do with the previous returns? And I look back at my old code. Every time that I used for each, I would just like do something for each one. I never had like a return statement or anything. Or just something. Oh, you'd return a value that had output. Okay, I think. It's string equal to blank string, right? Then according to that logic, we would just load onto that string. The string plus equal to, we do a concatenation with that. And then let me just confirm, because without that nothing's gonna work, right? It's just gonna be blank. Still gonna get the same error, right? Then if we do a return string in there, there we go. There we go, that's what I thought. Okay. And we can do all the logic in here. So then we have to probably create want it to look something like this, don't we? Okay, so let's get the indentation right and all that. And then we have to create a new thoughts up. That actually thoughts in the oh right, 1, 2. How about that for success, huh? Okay. At least we're outputting. I wonder how we're gonna render that. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to pick this up. Try and figure out what's going on. Getting somewhere. Just make a note for myself, but yeah, we're gonna have to sort this out, but I think we've figured it out. It's been a while since I worked with the for eaches, and I forgot if we're gonna concatenate a string, then we return the string. Oh, we'll figure this out with the class, and we'll figure this. Yeah, I guess. This work, because then it's gonna be much neater than render it how we did individually with every single one. Then, bye for now.